to another Sunday Stamping with One Fat Chick Designs. Today I'm bringing you a envelope note card kit that you can give for any occasion, but especially for Easter. And I'm using the Basket Bunch bundle, basically, with the set and also the dies. And everything that's grayed out in the catalog here lets you know that there is a die to cut it. And what really got me inspired for this was my daughter loves Peeps. I cannot stand them, but she loves them. And this little Peep bunny said, you've got to do something with that. And next week you'll see in this picture is the egg carton. And we'll do, next Sunday, I'm going to do a really cute, easy, quick mini egg carton sample for you. So anyway, let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to show you the cards that I made. And I'm going to make one with you. So here's the egg, and it says, "You're extra special." And I took the egg die and cut a piece of the Tasty Treats paper out. And this cardstock is crumb cake, and it's 6 by 3. And then I went ahead and stamped the eggs on here and colored them in using my blender pen. And this is Daffodil Delight and Watermelon Wonder. And then this is a piece of vellum that's cut at 1/2 inch by 3 inches. And this is a Tasty Treats Designer Series paper behind it. And it's cut 3 by 2 inches. I'm sorry, 3 by 1 inch. And this is the thick Whisper White Baker's Twine that I cut at 15 inches. Okay, so then here's the bunny. And I'm going to show you a quick tip on stamping with vellum. And getting it to here and not seeing all of your adhesive underneath it. But this was my favorite. Look, they look like Peeps. And then you got a bunny Buttati. I love it. I love it. Bunny. So then you have the chicks. And you made my day. And there's the 3 chicks. One last thing about the Easter, the bunny. An Easter treat for someone sweet. I just thought that was cute. Okay, so those are the cards. So let's make one. Okay, again, this is the Watermelon Wonder. And just going to show you a little bit about how I did this. This is 3 inches. So what I did was I placed my piece of Designer Series paper that I cut at 1 by 3 on here where I liked it. And then I found my center point just right above it, and I marked it at 1.5 inches, just above it, so that I knew where to put my carrot and make it centered. So I'm going to erase that now, so you can see how it goes. So then I'm going to stamp on this. Give me just a second here. Let me get a piece of paper. By the magic of television, a white piece of paper showed up, just because I want to show you how I'm stamping this, and I don't want to stamp it on my background. Okay, so here's my piece of vellum. And what I've done, so you can see on my block, because I was doing multiples, what I did was on one side, I staggered my sentiments, and on the other side, so no matter what I did, since this is only 1/2 inch, I can't hit it with anything but the 1. So I could use 1 block for 4 sentiments and wasn't having to change out all the time. So I'm going to use my StazOn and stamp it. Make sure it's nice and covered. And then I can see through the back of this, through to my vellum. And I'm going to kind of put it over to the side so that I have room for my bow. And I'm going to press it. And there's my sentiment on the vellum. Okay, so now I've stamped it and I've put my mono glue. I keep saying mono, it's multi glue. And this would drive my upline crazy because I get glue all over it. And I'm one of the offenders. Sorry, Margaret. Anyway, so I put it on the back of this vellum piece. And if you just take your sponge, and I've just cut a square out of the sponges, and just, kind of like Bob Ross. What this is going to do is hide your adhesive, and it's going to dry, and you're not going to notice it at all. So I'm going to put it right here in the middle of this. Apparently my cat wants to be on video. That's him you hear. Maybe we'll get lucky and he'll grace us with his presence. Okay. So now my carrot's above exactly where I wanted it. And I used these 3 little carrot pieces. And so to stick it on, I'm just going to use my multi so I can move it faster. And I just put it down just like this, kind of like Operation. Did y'all ever play that game? Operation. Operation. Just be real careful with it. If you get the glue, don't stick it, get it stuck together. So I'm just going to put a little bit of adhesive on the back of my carrot and place it right here. And put some more adhesive on. I want it to kind of look like a bunch, so I put it offset. And then you're just going to tie that Whisper White bow on. And I'm a rabbit ear fan, so I tie rabbit style. Okay. And then I'm going to trim those ends off. And that's how I did each one of these cards. Isn't that so cute? So easy and quick. Okay, so now to do the bag. I have a real problem with oily hands too, so, you know, Bath & Body Works, love them. I always put on some hand sanitizer too to get that oil off, especially since I'm working with Whisper White. So, okay, so we've got that done. Dry it off. Okay, so here is the bag envelope, and my friend Sandy has this, I believe, on her website. If not, I'll try to link out to something else. So all I've done is taken the standard envelope and sealed it shut, and then I've scored it at 3/4 of an inch all the way around except for the top part. And then when you cut it off, I'm wondering if it's this paper below, maybe. I cut this at 3.5 inches. So now it's going to be real important to just really use your bone folder and get that scored well so that you can fold it. So I'm scoring pretty well. Yep, it's the ink from my paper. It's not real wood. I know, it's an illusion. So once you score it all up, it looks like this. Okay, so I've bent it back and forth quite a bit. So I just wanted you to be able to see this. So then you kind of bend it down like this. And I'm going to use my tear tape to tape the bottoms down because it's thicker and more, it's the capability to adhere is better. So by the magic of television, I've adhered it down. So that's what the bottom of your bag looks like. And here's the top of your bag. Now here's where I sealed it, so I'm going to want that to be the back. I'm going to put this a little closer so you can see where I sealed it. And here's the front. Now I've chosen some grass for the front. You can do it one of 2 ways. I used the Tasty Treats paper with the polka dots or with plain. They both have their merits, but I liked the polka dot better, so I'm going to put the polka dot on there. And you can see this is the Tasty Treats. And I'm actually going to put my basket on top. So I'm going to adhere that down. And there's so many things. You could put a little cute little bow here. You could make this real Eastery. Like I said, I'm kind of wanting this to be a more versatile note card set because I'm going to give it to the ladies at work. So I've cut out the pieces of the basket in Whisper White. I'm sorry, Crumb Cake. And I'm going to pop this back up on top of the grass. because that's where I want my dimension to be. Now you could put this behind, but I like the pattern of the basket, so I really want you to be able to see it. Now you'll notice this is a different size than what it comes in your bundle. And there's a video out there that I'll try to link to. If not, I'll try to create a little video on how to do the grass and elongate it. And then I'm just going to put a little bit of adhesive on my basket piece, and I'm just going to really stick it behind here. So there's your cute little basket. A little bow would be real cute there with a rhinestone, but I'm trying to keep it a little bit on the more simple side. Now I did want to show you with Wink of Stella, hoping you can see it there. So what I did with these was I had the stems in my first sample, and it didn't seem necessary to me, but I do have one just in case we need one for filler. So I just kind of popped my flowers in here. And I used Daffodil Delight and Peekaboo Peach and my blender pen on this part, but didn't use my blender pen. I just straight used the marker there. And then I used Watermelon Wonder and Daffodil Delight to make these little flowers. Do some more here. I still want you to be able to see the basket handle. And here I think I might just want to be flat. I almost think those two look fine the way they are. I'll pop it up anyway. Lots of choices. It would be cute in so many colors. I just was trying to keep with the theme of the tasty treats. And this one I put Peekaboo Peach in the middle. So there you go. There's the front there. And I'm going to put just a little bit of Wink of Stella, and you can even go in afterwards. You don't have to. That's the nice thing about Wink of Stella. You don't have to do everything ahead of time. Just dazzle it up. Plus I found it helps when your your ink is dry. That way you're not smudging color to color. And I like lots of glitter, so I'm really going to glitter it up. Alrighty. And then I'm going to bring back all my cards, and they fit perfectly. In this bag. What a cute little gift to give your coworker or your mom or your friend or your neighbor, just to pop it on the desk. Hope you enjoyed. Leave your comments below, and I'll have a link to my store in the comments below. Thanks, and have a great Sunday.